This is Jonathan Nagoff here for Pro Boxing fans. We're out here in Las Vegas. I'm delighted to be joined by the former WBO world champion, Joseph Parker. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Real good.
Good stuff. Yeah, brilliant to be down here at your coach Kevin Barry's gym. How long have you been sort of in Las Vegas? When did you relocate here?
I started working with Kevin back in 2013. So we've been together for about 7 years now. And it's been a great journey together, a great relationship, still going strong. And yeah, we've done some great things in boxing so far, and we are looking at doing some more great things in the future.
And sort of how does it compare here in Las Vegas to what you used to in New Zealand? What are the main sort of differences?
I guess if you ask Kevin when you speak to him, in the beginning it was like, everywhere we drove, I was like, wherever we were driving, I was looking around at all lights, and for the first probably 2 years, it's an amazing place for someone coming from New Zealand. Nothing like this in New Zealand, so it was quite sort of a bit spectacular in the beginning, and then slowly as I kept coming, and it started to become normal. Yeah. And now I sort of just see it as a place where I do all my training, I can focus on boxing and get the work done.
I mean, I can imagine it is quite different to New Zealand, but is it difficult or better being sort of away from sort of your family? Obviously, it's a long way from New Zealand, but does it help you sort of to concentrate, or is it quite difficult?
Listen, I love being back home, and I love my time with my family and friends, but I find it a lot easier being here to train and focus on what we have to do. I think it's easier for us to prepare for fights here, and the reason is because obviously Kevin lives here. We have a great setup here. Not only the gym, we've got neuromuscular specialists, we've got physios, we've got massage therapists, and what else is there? And then also sparring partners. Kevin and Taylor reach out to other fighters all around America to come in for sparring. So it's a lot easier to bring them in here. So there's many factors why Vegas is a better place for me to train.
Now, moving on to next week, you're back out. Yeah. Good to get out early in 2020 against Shawndell Winters. You must be sort of biting at the bit to sort of get back in the ring after sort of, I guess, quite a frustrating year last year.
Yeah, it was a very slow year for us, 2019. I wanted to fight three times in 2019. I think my team wanted me to fight 3 times as well, but unfortunately we only had one fight, and so it wasn't the best year for us. But now we're looking forward, and the reason why we're fighting early in the year is because we want to be busy this year. We want to try fit in 3 fights. As a fighter, nothing beats getting in the ring and having a fight. You can do all this training, you can do all this sparring, but nothing beats getting in the ring, the feeling of fighting, if you're getting a victory, and then moving on to bigger and better things.
I mean, what sort of performance do you want to see from yourself next Saturday night? Obviously, potentially might be some ring rust being out of the ring for so long, but are you sort of looking for a spectacular performance? Do you want rounds?
No, I just want to go out there, do my best, and get the job done. And I think, it's always cool to get a spectacular win, win in great fashion, getting a knockout. But for me, now it's about time for me to have fun. And I know what I have to do, but I'm going to go out there and enjoy myself and take care of business the way I'm going to do it.
Now, obviously, last year, hugely frustrating. A lot has been said about sort of the whole spider bite before the Derek Chisora fight. How did you sort of deal with sort of the backlash of that? Did you find it difficult to see sort of the reaction from it? I mean, people thought there might be excuses or anything, but you're very honest in what you said, what happened. But yeah, how did you sort of deal with sort of the reaction to that?
I guess the only way is to be honest, and the honest truth was we got the doctor here said that we had a spider bite, which we so the doctor didn't see us fit to continue training, and didn't see us fit to fight. So obviously the next move for him was to pull us out of the fight, which I didn't want. The team didn't want. It was a fight that we wanted. Chisora, we wanted to fight for a long time. We knew that he was coming off some great wins, and we could put on a great performance when we had the chance to fight him. But things happen, and I know a lot of people saying it's not true, and it's probably an excuse. But they can believe whatever they want to believe, or they can have their own opinions. I don't care. As long as I know the truth, as long as I know that the doctor did the right thing and my team did the right thing to support me throughout this hard time. It was a hard time that I've never pulled out of a fight before, so it was something new. But it sort of taught me a lesson. The next time I see something not on my leg that doesn't look right, get it checked up straight away.
I mean, in a sense, was it kind of, I know obviously you're you desperately wanted to fight Derek Chisora in the UK again. But was it kind of, in some ways, sort of a relief because you had such a busy sort of 2018 back-to-back sort of pay-per-views against Joshua and Dillian Whyte? But was it kind of like sort of nice to have that sort of refreshing period in 2019 and now you're back at it now in 2020? Sort of take it that way. I
just take it in the way that things happen for a reason. And as much as we wanted to fight, as much as when we get out there and smash Derek Chisora, how we know we can, or how I know I can, I just got to accept what happened. And I spent a lot of time with my family, which was awesome. I still kept training in New Zealand, but I think the most important part for me was spending time with my family, my friends, and just enjoying time at home.
I mean, what could be next? Obviously, you've got your fight next Saturday. Obviously, not looking too far ahead. I know all your focus will be on that, but what sort of names would you want next? Obviously, the Dillian Whyte fight. Many people want to see that rematch.
He doesn't want it. Listen, the job for us is to focus on next week and get it done. After we smash this guy next week, listen, we'll take anyone. We don't care who it is. We've been calling out, there's a chance of fighting Chisora. That'll be a great fight in the future. Dillian Whyte, if he wants it, I don't think he wants it. I've been calling him out saying it would be great to have a rematch. The first fight was real close, but it doesn't seem like he wants it. I know, and there's probably the reason is he's trying to chase the belts and guys above me, but I think a rematch would be fantastic.
And what do you make of sort of the heavyweight scene right now? You've got obviously Joshua who holds 3 belts after beating Ruiz. You've got the rematch on Saturday, and then you've got a load of guys, including yourself, Usyk, Chisora, Whyte, Hunter, etc., all in this sort of mix, trying to get back to the top. It's a really great time, as we say, to be a heavyweight.
It's a great time to be a heavyweight. The division is on fire. There's a lot of big fights happening. I just have to take care of business next week in order to progress and get locked into the bigger fights that we know we can be involved in. So the goal, and listen, I have no doubt that I can become 2-time world champion or unified champion. And my team has no doubt as well. We believe that we can get there again, and just have to prove it and show it.
Saturday night, obviously Wilder and Fury, the rematch, boiling over nicely in the press conference earlier. Break this fight down for me. I believe you've been sparring with Tyson. Am I correct for this camp?
No, I don't. I've had the opportunity to go and watch Guido spar.
Okay.
Kevin, Taylor, myself, and Guido. Been watching Guido spar with him and got some good rounds with him.
So, I mean, how do you see sort of this second fight playing out?
Listen, the first fight was so entertaining, controversial. A lot of people thought Fury won, a lot of people thought Wilder won. So there's still that question mark of who actually won and who actually is the number one. I think it's just going to be an exciting fight. I think there's a lot of interest, a lot more interest. I think we're speaking as a team as whoever executes their plan first or whoever makes the adjustments they need to make, from the first fight. And they've both had time to watch the tape and look at the positives and negatives that they've done in the ring. And so, but for me, it's a close fight, but I have to team with Fury.
I mean, lots been said about Fury saying he wants the second round knockout. A lot of people don't believe that because he's brilliant at going 12 rounds, but he also has 20 knockouts. So, do you think he can knock Wilder out?
Any heavyweight can knock out any heavyweight. It's just a matter of landing the right punch at the right time. So if he feels that that's what he's going to do, then hopefully we can see something come from him. But it's not an easy task in front of him. Wilder's got incredible power, and he's shown that he can take a punch as well. So it's a tough one.
A couple more I just want to touch on. Obviously, Andy Ruiz lost to Joshua out there. Is that a fight you'd look at in the future potentially against Andy Ruiz? I know you beat him, but would you potentially look at that again?
If it's a fight that made sense for us to get closer to our goal, we'll take it in a heartbeat. The first fight was a good fight. It was a close fight. I know I won. It's in the record. But listen, if it made sense, I'll take it.
Yeah. And obviously Joshua perhaps looking at this Kubrat Pulev, not confirmed, but it looks like that way. How would you see that fight playing out?
I'll see it as a Joshua win. I think he's just, Pulev's a fighter who's been around for a while as well, and he's fought some good names. But I think just Joshua's got the youth, and he's, with each fight, he's improved. And even though he lost against Ruiz, he came back and showed that he can, overcome the adversity he went through. So I think he'll take it.
And also, Dillian Whyte is sort of rumoured to fight Alexander Povetkin, not confirmed again, but how would you see that fight going? Obviously, Povetkin had a very close fight with Michael Hunter.
Yeah.
Dillian coming off that win in December out in Saudi.
Yeah.
Seems like a brilliant fight again.
I think it'll be an entertaining fight. It'll be very entertaining. I'll probably have to side with Dillian, and then hopefully I can fight him. If we both win.
Final couple before I let you go. I know I was ridiculously late today, so who would you say? I've asked obviously your stablemate Guido. Who would you say is your top 3 pound for pound in the world?
I was thinking that. I'll for me personally, I'll pick Lomachenko, probably Crawford, Tyson. Those are the names that come to my mind.
And what would you say is your motivation? Obviously, you are a former world champion. You've been involved in some brilliant fights, some massive fights in the UK. What would you say keeps you going?
What keeps me going?
Yeah. What sort of motivates you to do the runs?
Obviously, the goals that we have, the goal that I have, the goal that my team has. We believe that we can be champion of the world again. I believe that I can be champion, 2-time world champion. I believe I can become unified champion. And just with those goals in mind and in front of me, that's the reason why I get up in the morning and run and go to the gym and train hard, and also just doing it for my family.
Final one, Joseph. What would be sort of your perfect 2020 if you could map it out after this fight on Saturday? What would be sort of your perfect year? Would it be sort of becoming world champion again, challenging for that belt? I know you've got quite a high ranking in the WBO, I believe. Yeah. So sort of map out 2020.
2020 will be have a great fight next week. Go out there and perform well, get a great win, fight mid-year. I'm not sure who will be against, or I'm not sure what it'll be for, but fight in the middle of the year and then fight again end of the year. And hopefully, one of the fights this year, the last 2 fights can be for the world title. But things happen all the time in boxing, things change, so let's see what happens. But it looks like it's going to be a busy year for us.
And hopefully back in the UK at some point.
Oh yeah, we'd love to fight in the UK.
Great stuff. Joseph Parker, thanks very much for your time here in Las Vegas today, and look forward to seeing how 2020 goes, and best of luck next week.
Thank you.